the Great Bambino, the Sultan of SWAT, and the Babe were only a few names of one of the best baseball players to ever live. From when he was born on February 6, 1895, he always had a bat in his hands. When he turned pro, he became the biggest person on the planet. People from everywhere would show up at every game he played in just to see him play. He ruined games with just one swing of a bat. He would hit the ball so hard, so far and hard, it would go out of the ballpark, past the parking lot, past the restaurants across the street, and then 4 more blocks down, smashing someone's house window. Everyone thought he was a god. In 1921, a bunch of scientists studied Babe Ruth to see if he had superpowers. Many people believed he had superhuman hand-eye coordination and even superhuman strength. Today, I will tell you how Babe Ruth had one of the most successful careers in baseball, his wild and crazy life outside of baseball that involved movies, and the curse that ruined the Boston Red Sox. First, I'm going to give you some more details on Babe Ruth's career and how important he was to his teams. The Sultan of SWAT played professional baseball for 22 years. He played for 3 different teams. He started out with the Boston Red Sox playing pitcher and was very dominant. His record was 94-46, and he had a 2.28 ERA set by the BabeRuth.com/stats. He was traded to the New York Yankees during his prime and played outfield. He won MVP in 1923 and had all his big stats and best hitting moments with the Yankees, stated by BaseballReference.com. Then he was once again traded to the Atlanta Braves, but only played in Atlanta for 1 year. He hit 714 total home runs in his career, hitting 659 homers with New York, 49 with the Red Sox, and only 6 with Atlanta, stated by BaseballReference.com. Babe Ruth played in 15 World Series games, but came on top of only 10. In 1923, the Babe had only been playing for the majors for only 9 years, but everyone knew about him and how good he was. Since he was so good, everyone wanted to see him play. And the New York Yankees were on the road and played in your city, the stadium would be packed. Since Babe Ruth played for the Yankees took advantage of his fame and built a new ballpark. The ballpark is jokingly called the house that Ruth built because it was made to make more money off Babe. It was the biggest ballpark to ever be made. It held over 57,000 people. The ballpark took over 284 working days to build and took over $2.5 million, said by NewYork.Yankees.MLB.com. But it paid for itself soon after it was built. Every home game was sold out. Many people knew Babe Ruth had such a bigger upper body than his lower body, but many people did not know that every time he ran like a dancer with light, quick feet that seemed to barely touch the ground. Every at-bat in his career was like the World Series. Bottom of the ninth, bases loaded, 1 out, 2 outs, down 1. When Babe Ruth made contact with the ball, it was the most beautiful sound anyone could make with the ball in a bat. The Babe's big mammoth swing would chop a forest tree down with just one swing of an axe. Every time he swung, he gave it everything he could. If he swung and missed, he would spin around at least once or twice because he swung so hard. Stated by HistoryOfTheBabe.com. Next, I'm going to show you what kind of person the Babe was off the diamond. The Babe was a different kind of person. When he was not playing baseball, he was very comical, but he could be a serious person when he needed to be. He remembered every reporter's name, broadcaster's name, ball boy's name, and even the names of the employees at the hotels he stayed at. He talked to everyone like an equal or even a friend. He would sit and talk till the sun went down, just about anything and everything. He was such a popular guy, and with him being so down to earth, it made him even more likable. Everyone liked the Babe, which made him a big celebrity. The Babe was the first ever real sports celebrity. Every newspaper had the Babe on the front page and he loved it. During his off season, he would do movies. Many of them had him playing a funny character or a baseball player, but none of his movies were more famous than his next. At one time in his career, he was making more money than the president, and he didn't mind spending it. When the Babe would go to big cities, he would have a girl on each side of his hands around them and a cigar in his mouth. They would be walking up to the bar, just waiting to have a good time. Now I'm going to explain to you the curse of the Bambino. This curse is weird because it could actually have been true. The curse is weird. The curse happened in 1918. The following year, the Red Sox owner, Harry Freese, sold Babe Ruth to the Boston Red Sox. Harry Freese used the money he got from the Yankees for Babe to finance a Broadway production named No No Nanette. The Broadway wasn't very good, but the Babe had one of the most prolific careers as a Yankee in history, winning 4 World Series, an MVP, and several batting awards. Since the sale, the New York Yankees have won 27 World Championships between 1919 and 2004. The Red Sox never won a single championship. The curse of the Bambino was never more accurate in the Red Sox was most accurate in the Red Sox World Series in 1975. The Red Sox barely made it to Game 7, but lost to a game-winning single to right field after they were up 3 near the end of the game against the Cincinnati Reds. The Red Sox made it to 2 more World Series after 1975, but never came close to winning in either. In 1986 was another heartbreaking World Series loss for the Red Sox. The Red Sox were an out away in Game 6, but a rally from the New York Mets forced a Game 7. The rally ended with an error from the infamous ground ball between the legs of the first baseman Bill Buckner. In 2003, the Red Sox lost to the Yankees in the American League Championship game in Game 7 with a walk-up home run by Aaron Boone. 2014 was finally the end for the Red Sox curse. The Red Sox made history by defeating the Yankees in the American League Championship with a 3-0 deficit. In the World Series, the Red Sox played the St. Louis Cardinals, and the Red Sox swept for their first championship in over 86 years. While stunning the world and finally satisfying their fans, the Red Sox followed up their 2014 miracle by winning the World Series the next year and defeating the Colorado Rockies. All in all, he may have been the best player to ever pick up a bat and swing for the fences, but he was always one of the nicest and rounded person you had ever met. He made kids dream about playing baseball. It didn't matter if you were a sports fan or not. You knew who the great Bambino was. Although many of the scientists in 1921 couldn't find any resemblance to a superhuman, he is for sure the best player to walk this planet in my book.